I'd like to call to order the Franklin County Board of Commissioners General Session. Today is October 8th, 2024. Let's begin with the Pledge of
Recording in
Allegiance
progress.
led by Commissioner Crawley. Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. As a reminder, this is a public meeting and is being recorded, so if you're calling in, please ensure that your line is muted. Thank you for your cooperation. Before we dive into our agenda, we're fortunate to have a few special guests with us who are here today to share their knowledge and insights. First, I'd like to invite our very own Wait a minute, is she here? She's not here. That's not, okay, so let me skip over this one. All right. First, we'll go with technology. Technology continues to influence and transform our world. It brings both incredible benefits and new challenges. With that in mind, we're honored to have Franklin County Data Center CIO Adam Frumkin with us here today to highlight the importance of Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Alongside him is Jordan Davis, Executive Director of SMRT Columbus, who will discuss critical initiatives around Digital Inclusion Week. So, Jordan, you can come on up with them. Be ready. Adam, go ahead.
So, good morning, and glad to see everyone. As we kick off Cybersecurity Awareness Month, I wanted to take a moment to underscore the critical importance of cybersecurity in our increasingly digital world. Each day we rely on technology for communication, education, and business, but with these conveniences come significant risks. Cybersecurity Awareness Month serves as a vital opportunity for us to reflect on the practices and enhance our understanding of the potential threats that we all face. From data breaches to phishing scams, the challenges are real, and the responsibility to protect ourselves and our information lies with each one of us. This month, I encourage everyone to engage in educational resources and activities planned to increase our cybersecurity awareness. By learning how to recognize and respond to potential threats, we can create a safer environment for ourselves and our community. Together, let's commit to fostering a culture of cybersecurity. By sharing knowledge and best practices, we can empower each other to stay safe online and protect our valuable information. I just want to thank you, thank the commissioners for your dedication to this important initiative. And let's make Cybersecurity Awareness Month a time of learning and growing for all. And I wanted to I was hoping he'd be here, but I wanted to call him out a little bit. But Commissioner Grady actually texted Juan and I last night and said, hey, I got this email, it looks really freaky. What should I do? And I sent him back a text message and said, congratulations, you passed the phishing test that we did.
I failed. I clicked on it yesterday. It said HR.
Don't tell on yourself, Commissioner Crawley.
I did not
No
do
one was
that.
going to say anything,
Like,
you know?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
I did
You
not
know
do
she's
that to call
honest,
you out.
so, you know, she's honest. She just totally told herself.
But it goes to show that how great you all are about making sure we learn all of the different ways that those emails come and how they look. I mean, it looked like a real thing. I pass sometimes, but I failed yesterday.
And honestly, I did not do that to call
Commissioner
anybody out.
Crawley, you know, if it's from a Saudi Arabian prince, it's probably not a real, no, I'm kidding. Click. Let's see what this is. It's interesting you say that. I didn't do the one here. I just hadn't gotten to the email. They're both much quicker on their emails than I. But I at my other at my business, I did it the other day, and I clicked. It just was so quick. You know, like you're going through emails, and really you just want to get all those bold. When you turn on and all the bold things, or all these new emails come on, you just want to get through some of them. So you're just kind of like clicking on stuff, and I was in a rhythm of click, delete, click, delete, click, delete. And the one I clicked on, but then I got distracted. So I clicked on it, I didn't even delete. So I was like, oh my gosh, I think this is efficient. So I forwarded to our technology folks and said, I think I might have clicked on this. But I think to the point of this discussion, though, it's really about when you consider what happened recently to the city of Columbus. It's serious, and we have to be very careful And it cost us millions and millions, this is for the public's edification, it costs us millions and millions and millions to protect our systems every year. And it's unfortunate that's the life we live in. As technology has evolved, we're now in the situation where we're constantly under attack. I can tell you in my world of banking, it's as intense. You know, that's the new form of bank robbery, is not coming in with a gun, brandishing a gun. It is technology-oriented, and banks get taken every year for billions and billions and billions of dollars through that same process. So this is a serious, serious conversation, and it's only going to get more serious. It's not going to get easier or simpler, and so just got to be careful. And now that I know that email's in there, I'm not going to click on it. So
It says HR.
it says HR. Got it.
serious.
Thanks,
It says
thanks,
HR.
Commissioner Growley.
You know, businesses have technology and look at things. Think about our moms, our dads, our brothers, our sisters, everyone that's at home and don't have some of the technology that we have that kind of says, hey, this is suspect, you may want to look at it, and bring those things up. And I usually don't promote watching a movie, but if anybody could watch the first 10 minutes of the movie The Beekeeper,
Yeah, I
and
saw that. It
understand
was
just
great.
what happened in that first 10
Yeah.
minutes. You don't have to watch the rest of it, but watch the first 10 minutes and the seriousness of this is big business on the bad actor side.
So
It's
the
billions
question
of
I have
dollars.
is do people really have those kind of operations that they had on there?
Yes.
Like that? Is it that serious?
It is that serious.
Okay.
That is not,
It's like
that
a
is not
whole
movie-fied,
company.
that is real life.
That's real, yeah.
And, I mean, when we talk about, we block nation states out of our environment, that's what's going on in those nation states. This is what they do as a business. You know, Commissioner Boyce, you brought up the whole perspective of the Saudi prince. That was an early stage version of that whole aspect of, hey, I'm stuck, I need money, I need this. That was an early stage of what they were doing. Now it's the perspective, and I will say this, that the movie The Beekeeper, I had to show it to my mom because it happened, I showed her the movie literally 5 days after it happened to her. And I have security on her system like no other. And I even have identity theft on her as well, and locked her accounts down. And it hit, and she clicked on it, and because it kept saying, you have to click, you have to call, you have to do this, and it was annoying to the point where she just did it before she called me. And I said, if anything you do in the future, if it ever happens, just turn the computer off, then call me, and I'll deal with it. But don't ever bow because all these alarms are going off, or someone's screaming at you online or anything like that, because it's the hurry and scared perspective that they're going after to try to get people to change it. And that's on the personal side. On the business side, it's, hey, can we change our routing number and our account number for this payment? Can you send it here instead? That happens a lot on the banking, anywhere in business. It's happened where we've caught it here in the county, where someone sends an email and asks
It's
for
even
that.
so sophisticated, though, and again, we deal with this a lot in banking, whereas they might send somebody into your institution just to figure little things out that will help them navigate, you know, who the name of the secretary is, when they're on vacation, and when, you know, they find an opportunity that, Bob is on vacation this week, so Joe has got it, and so we know Joe is not as proficient, and it's the little things that they can know that make all the difference for the system breakdowns or possibilities. So.
The new threat landscape on the business side is now trolling LinkedIn and seeing certain positions on LinkedIn and then cross-matching them to their social media accounts like their Facebook and their and other things, and watching. They take the time. They're very patient. They take the time to watch, did Bob or Sally go on vacation? And then they do an attack surface and they call in and say, hey, this is Bob or Sally, I'm on vacation, and I can't get into the system. Can you let me in or change my password?
Yeah.
And so they go that route too now.
To your point about, like, this is a business, as I was in the military, supporting communication assets for the Atlantic Fleet, top secret security clearance, like, to your point about it's nation states. Just all they do all day is sit at a computer and try to log in, hack, and get, whether it's IP addresses, whether it's banking information, routing information, whether it's message traffic on where ships' movements are. It can be very scary. And then for us here at the county, it can be scary. It is, from that perspective, from a defense perspective. But here, and why, you guys are just really awesome. You understand, like, this just could cripple us. We saw that with the city of Columbus from not being able to email and all of those things, but like it absolutely can cripple business and our ability to meet the needs of our residents in a serious way. And so, anytime I talk to you and Juan, I'm like, hey, where are we with this? Then you're like, we're already there, or we're upgrading the software, or we, brought, so-and-so in to help us. You guys are always forward-thinking and innovative, and just want to say kudos to you and your team, the whole data team, but especially you and Juan is at the BOC on the 26th. So, to be thinking about this day in, day out, I feel like you eat, sleep, and breathe this, to make sure that we stay safe, but also that the residents' information, because I know at one point in time, somebody was trying to get veterans' data, and, our most vulnerable. So thank you for all that you do to try to keep us safe.
And I'll say back to you all, kudos and thank you for all of you to understand, to trust us, to know what we're trying to do and how we're doing it, but funding us to make sure that we can keep up with where we're going. And, we take it very seriously that we're not government. We are, if you look at us and our size and what we do, we are just as important as a Fortune 50 company. Mm-hmm. And the data that we house actually is more than what a Fortune 50 company actually has. So we have to be at that diligent level and not think like a government, but think like an entrepreneurial company that has to protect everything we have. So I appreciate the fact that you all fund us to keep us moving in that direction on a regular basis as well. So.
You missed your shout out.
You were the hero today.
Yeah, you gotta go star on the fishing game. You passed. You passed. I failed. The fishing
She said she opened it.
I opened the fishing test.
Yeah.
Well, it looked,
And it's a good one too, because normally you want to get paid, so you want to make sure HR got
like
the
HR.
correct identification.
it
and
looked a
information
little
to contact him,
suspicious. It looked a little suspicious, and but I appreciate that. But I appreciate, along with my colleagues, I appreciate the work that you guys
Now,
are doing.
out of the two of you, if I would have guessed who was going to be the better student in all of this, I would have said Commissioner Crawley.
Just
So
goes
it
to
just goes to
show-
show you.
just
Just goes
goes
to
to
show
show
you.
you
Don't
can
join
teach
the
an old
book
dog
riot.
a new trick.
Right.
Covered. I struggled in
I would
school.
have bet money on that one, but yeah, okay.
Well, no comments. Well, we do appreciate the work that you guys are doing, and this, I didn't get, by the way, since I found it on my phone and not on my laptop, I didn't get the congratulations because I wasn't able to hit the right button on my phone.
I sent it to you.
If I was on my laptop. But neither here nor there. But we do appreciate all the work that you guys are doing, and I pay attention to a lot of this stuff, and I know that the environment that we're in, this would be, not just would it be crippling and difficult for us to deal with, and it would be hard for us to service our clients, but it would also be devastating in terms of the amount of data that we have, and it would be devastating to us based on the fact that we have so many partners. The environment that we operate in. Counties are, not just Franklin County, all the counties across the country. I mean, if you think of the size and the number of clients that or partners that we have, the environment that we operate in, it's devastating to think of the magnitude of a breach and what it would do to us and what it would do to our partners. I have a front row seat to watching what our friends and colleagues at the City of Columbus have been dealing with, and it's been very difficult to watch. But at the same time, it would be, in my mind, that much more difficult, for us to have to go through what they're going through. And I think about it every day, and I worry about it every day. And so I appreciate what you guys are doing. And so thank you for all the work that you and your team are doing.
Thank you. Before we move into digital inclusion, one thing I'll say is I coined a phrase last year with my team to explain the difference between what it means to be from the private sector to the public sector. And in the private sector, what's the most important thing is the bottom line. But in the public sector, our bottom line is not the money, it's trust. Our currency is trust. And if we have a situation or something that breaks that trust, building or rebuilding trust is different than trying to re-earn money that we've lost. And so trust is everything, and that's why we try, and that's why it's personal to us, and what we do is making sure we're doing everything we can to build that and keep it for who we serve, which is all of our residents. So okay, with that, moving on to, we are currently in Digital Inclusion Week for 2024 as well. I want to take a moment to emphasize the importance of this initiative and our collective commitment to fostering a more equitable digital landscape. This year's theme, Stronger Together, mobilizing towards sustainability, highlights the power of collaboration that connects initiatives across our communities. In today's world, access to technology and digital literacy are not just luxuries. They are essential components for success in education, employment, and civic engagement. Unfortunately, many individuals and communities still face barriers that prevent them from fully participating in our increasingly digital society. It is our responsibility to ensure that everyone has opportunity to thrive in this digital environment. Digital Inclusion Week serves as a vital reminder of our shared mission to bridge the digital divide. Throughout this week and beyond, the Franklin County Digital Equity Coalition will engage in activities that promote awareness, provide training, and facilitate access to technology for those who need it most. Together, we can empower individuals with the skills and resources they need to navigate the digital world confidently. I encourage each of you to participate actively as we work together to create a future where technology is accessible to all, regardless of background and circumstance. So with that, I would like to take a minute to allow Benjamin from the Columbus Public Library to make a statement.
Thank you, Adam. I am Benjamin Reed, Public Services Director with Columbus Metropolitan Library and a proud resident of Franklin County. So thank you, Commissioners Boyce, O'Grady, and Crowley. I'm grateful for this opportunity to share an update on the library's digital inclusion efforts, and thank you for your ongoing support. Libraries have been in digital inclusion work for decades, really, by providing public access to computing, to free Wi-Fi, and helping to introduce new technology in our communities. In 2020, though, like many of our partners involved in this work, we began to approach digital inclusion with a different lens. Public access to a computer or to Wi-Fi or to assistance to complete life's business was no longer an option and wasn't enough. The internet and equal access to it was and is a necessary public utility. At Columbus Metropolitan Library, we became more deeply engaged in digital inclusion services and the coalition work needed to expand those services. A brief recap of that work includes using federal emergency connectivity funds to distribute devices and hotspots to customers lacking broadband connectivity and device access, hiring our own digital navigators to lead direct digital inclusion work at the library and through a partnership with Columbus Metropolitan Housing Authority. We partnered with the Columbus Foundation to lead a design sprint with community co-designers with lived experience, an example of the community we serve developing programs alongside us. And in late 2023 and early this year, we partnered with multiple community partners to develop and pilot Digital Skills Hub, a course series designed to increase technology skills and confidence with the incentive of a free device upon completion for customers. The pilot produced important findings, which partners have included in a more recent launch of Digital Skills Hub in the county and in our region. Finally, CML was a founding member of the Franklin County Digital Equity Coalition and serves on the steering committee of that coalition. CML helped research and draft the Franklin County Digital Equity Action Agenda, a plan to lead regional implementation of digital inclusion efforts. Columbus Metropolitan Library is a county district library, which means the library's service area covers the entire county, save for a few of the school district libraries that are carved out. The county's commitment to fund portions of the Digital Equity Action Agenda and Digital Skills Hub program means that we are able to expand these services to the entire county where we see digital inclusion needs in a variety of our communities and demographic groups. So thank you for your commitment to this work, digital inclusion work, and support for the Digital Equity Coalition partners like Columbus Metropolitan Library. Appreciate it. Next, I'll invite Jordan Davis, the Executive Director of Smart Columbus.
Thanks, Richard. Commission President Boyce, Commissioner Crawley, Commissioner O'Grady, thank you for having us and for recognizing this really important week. Just to ground us in the day-to-day problem of digital inclusion or the digital divide. Currently, there are over 80,000 Franklin County households, which represents over 200,000 people who do not have home internet subscription. There are over 110,000 Franklin County households that do not have a device beyond a smartphone, so that's any large screen device. 48,000 of those households lack any device, including a smartphone. Over 13% of households that self-identify as Black or African American and 12.3% of households that self-identify as Hispanic or Latino do not have a computer or home internet. A third of working-age Americans possess limited, if any, digital skills. 1 in 6 working-age adults are unable to use email, web search, or other basic online tools. Those are the gaps we're trying to close. Thanks to your investment, we've mobilized a community of over 50 nonprofit and direct service provider organizations to get after this problem. With your investment, we're establishing a sustainable supply chain of refurbished devices in our community, one of which does not exist today. We're building capacity for one-on-one digital support inside of these organizations. We're promoting the adoption of affordable home internet and bringing and extending affordable home internet across the county, and we're scaling essential skills training countywide. As Benjamin shared, we're launching this week one of the flagship programs of this portfolio called the Digital Skills Hub, and I want to just quickly emphasize what this program is, because you'll be hearing about it a lot between now and 2027. So the Digital Skills Hub is a model where it's a 10-hour in-person course for essential digital skills. So to close that gap of email, basic web search, cybersecurity, things of that sort. And we did a call for partners. We have selected 17 organizations ranging from NCUS, the Guadalupe Center, the Library, Ohio State, Columbus State, Jewish Family Services, many others, and they will be actually the trainers of these trainings. Collectively, this consortium of 17 organizations aims to train 10,000 residents between now and 2027. It'll be the largest scaled training program in our community's history. And every participant that completes that 10-hour in-person training will receive a new device. So not only are we, closing that basic skills gap, we're also closing a digital divide around device access. So a tremendous program. 4 of those organizations who piloted the program earlier this year are kicking off the implementation. So they're starting this week. And then we will add each of those organizations iteratively over the course of the next year. So we look forward to engaging you on that important program. As we launch continued programs, we'll be back here to share out those important results. At this point, do you have any questions? And I'd be happy to take them.
Did you have a question,
I just
Commissioner
have one
Crowell?
question.
Please.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, thank you, President Boyce. For the program that you're getting ready to launch, and I think last time we talked about it, it might have been in here when we passed the resolution. What other community partners, I think when I think about like the aging community and others, what other community partners are you working with as you get ready to launch this?
That's a
as part
great
of the
question. So we've been working with the Department of Aging and going through our implementation list on the partners that are going to be doing training. The two that directly intersect with the Department of Aging current programs are Central Community House and NCUS.
Okay.
But there are others that are working with older adults. That includes Jewish Family Services, the library, Goodwill, and a few others. So what we're trying to do is stay as coordinated as possible with your departments. But older adults are very interested in this program, as at least the pilot results would show that. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
DCA Bivens?
Thank you, President Boyce, Commissioners. Joy Bivens, Deputy County Administrator of Health and Human Services. Thank you, Jordan.
Yes.
It was too similar to Commissioner Crawley's question as relates to who you were working with as it relates to, because when we think about digital inclusion, many times it's due to accessibility. Accessibility deals with poverty.
Yep.
So just want to make sure that our HHS agencies are heavily involved due to the volume. And I believe, were they involved in some of the data that you mentioned? Were they assisting in some of creating that digital equity plan at all?
Yes.
Okay.
So a lot of the core data is from the census, but then due to your leadership and help, we actually did a survey through all of your 4 departments
Okay.
around access to technology and desire for various different solutions. And so we were able to get over 2,000 residents to respond to that survey through the networks of the departments. And that was really helpful in informing what is affordable internet look like, how critical is device skills training versus device access. So that was really informative and part of building the action agenda.
My last question would be, can we make sure that we have a combined HHS senior staff meeting that's made up about over 100 and certain leaders? I'm looking at Director Pike, 'cause I don't know how many people are on that Zoom. For that report out, can
Yeah.
you all present to all of those leaders? Because what we want to make sure is we're tracking with you, working in tandem.
Would love to do
versus
that.
a tent here and a tent here.
That'd be great.
And then if you
Would
have a
love
few
that.
minutes after this, if I can talk to you after the next presentation
Done.
outside, that would be good.
Yeah, you
Thanks.
got it. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you so much again for coming
Yeah.
down today, and I hope that the public listening will not only pay attention to this Cybersecurity Week and cybersecurity awareness discussion, but also take advantage in your own home of protecting yourself and protecting your loved ones and doing all that you can to spread the word, because the more we're all complete, the stronger we make the entire system. And Adam referenced the beekeeper. It's such a sad story. The movie, it was such a sad story because I can't imagine how many seniors are preyed upon like that. I know it's one thing for an institution. It's another thing when you're targeting vulnerable people who are not as perhaps can be not as have as much technology resources. And so one of the things that I want to talk about, not now, but is with the Department of Aging, what we're doing, what we're providing our residents. We don't have to go into it now, but we might want to think about some extra layers of support in the Department of Aging. And even with our JFS families that we support there, just thinking of other resources or things that we can help educate them on that might be worthwhile. Jordan, you mentioned access, digital access, and public access, but oftentimes those public access points are highly targeted by criminals, and so we might want to think about what we're doing outside of when there is a public access point, the other resources that we can do to support, for this. So this probably deserves, a deeper dive conversation with the commissioners or the BOC, and so in terms of implementing in our real everyday strategy. So.
And one thing I would like to remind everyone is on the commissioner's webpage, there is a document that talks about different things that you can do as an individual and how to protect yourself from a cybersecurity perspective. And that was posted by the commissioners for the residents to view and see, and we make that available as well.
Sure. All right. Thank you so much for coming down today.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. Do I have a resolution for them or anything? I do. I do have a resolution. I'm going to present you with this resolution. We'll take some photos here.
Keep our fall colors together.
Oh, the two? Okay. Oh, yeah, digital inclusion. Sorry. We don't want to do another, let's take both of those. Ms. Sparks, I think they're gonna give you another one, two there. Or, who's that? All right. So we had two. So we just did them in one bunch. Okay. All right. Next, I'd like to call our very own Justice Policy and Program Director, Rochelle Pride, to introduce our next guest, Stevie Barrera from Safer Station. Come forward. There we go.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
and Administration. Thank you so much for having us here today. Today, we want to bring to you the importance of and raise awareness for others, the theme of National Recovery Month. Now, every year, National Recovery Month takes place in September, and but we know that for this work, this is 365. This is work that we engage in, our team, our Safer Station team members work to do each and every day. And this year's theme was the art of recovery. The theme encourages people to recognize that recovery is possible and that the process looks different for everyone. National Recovery Month is observed to promote evidence-based treatment and recovery practices, to support the recovery community, and to recognize the dedication of service providers and community members, to raise awareness about the resources and support, and to educate people about addiction and the recovery process. Reducing stigma and misconceptions about addiction and encouraging advocacy for better policies, funding, and research. The Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration offers toolkits and resources, as well as our office and many of our community partners who we could not do this work without. Each and every day, our SAFER team is working directly with individuals. When you call into SAFER, there is not a wait, there is not a number that you get or a hold that happens. You are interfacing with a human who is working to humanize an experience for another individual. And so we are thankful for the work that we are able to complete each and every day, the lives that we are able to impact, and the relationships, most importantly, that we are able to build. And we're thankful for those who help us do this alongside us. And so without further ado, I want to introduce you to someone who is a special, incredible human being that I've had the ability to work with, talk to. I met Stevie on a cold winter day. We sat... We sat, and thank you to DCA Bivens as she introduced me to Stevie, and it was a quick introduction. I picked up the phone, and DCA Bivens says, "Here, talk to this individual. I got somebody I want you to meet," and the rest was history. When me and Stevie had the opportunity to sit down and talk, we shared, we listened. I got to better understand his journey. I got to better understand, most importantly, his heartbeat. As we know, this work is not the hard work, it's the heart work. And we exchanged so much on that day that led us to where we are. So Stevie has we have the pleasure of being able to serve with Stevie out of our Safer Station. And his journey has simply been impeccable. One thing that I understand and I learned about Stevie is that he embodies what it is to turn test of challenges, to turn the things that we know have been coming, that can come into your path to really set you aside. Even the successes are a test that he's been able to turn into a true testimony. And so without further ado, I would like to bring to you Stevie Barrera and let him talk to you a little bit more about who he is and his journey and his work. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Pride. Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor, it's a pleasure. My name's Stevie Barrera, and I'm from Southern California, born and raised my entire life. And I'm going to talk a little bit about where I come from, who I was, who I am, and why my change. So like I said, I'm from Southern California, and I come from a very strong gang culture. If you guys are not familiar with what Suit 13 is, it's the same thing as MS-13. So I'm a former gang member and an addict as well. My addiction started at the age of 8 in 1992. I started with marijuana and cocaine, heavy drinking. As life went on, I became a very violent and rebellious young man due to childhood trauma. At the age of 4, I was sexually assaulted and molested until the age of 11, which led me to become very violent and anything or anyone with authority I rebelled, I hated. So I became part of the penal system at a very young age. Juvenile hall since I was 12, 13 years old. And then after that, I went to prison. I didn't come home. Like I said, I went at a young age, didn't come home till I was 27 years old. After being released from prison, I was on the right path for a while, and then I went back to what I knew best, the gang life and using drugs. I did not have any idea that I was a drug addict. Everybody around my surroundings used drugs, so it was the norm to me. Then I hit rock bottom, and I turned my life around. I just started by changing people, places, and things. An opportunity came up in North Carolina, so I moved to North Carolina, and that's where my journey began. My new version of myself started. In North Carolina, it wasn't easy because I still brought the old me there, obviously. So slowly throughout time, I started shedding off the old personality. Moving once again from state to state, I finally ended up in Ohio. I've been in Ohio for about 2 years now. I met a beautiful a beautiful woman right here. Okay, young, that come to find out, asked questions about me at my place of employment, and she liked what she heard, and the door of opportunity opened up for me, and then I met Mr. Show Pride, and like she said, we had a sit down at my home for about, 2 hours, and we shed some tears together. She got to hear my story as well, depper version of it. And here I am now. I work for the Office of Justice Policy and Program. I'm at Safer Station. I'm a peer recovery support specialist. And it's a blessing. Safer Station is a place where accountability. We help people, the people that come in. It's a safe haven for them. Whether it's an ear or a shoulder to cry on. Resources, even the resources that we don't have, we will go to a further length to look for them and make sure that they don't leave Safer Station without some form of help. We encourage people while we're there. We have peer support one-on-ones, and so far since I've been there, we haven't failed anyone. You know, we've put in the effort and the hours to make sure that they get what they need. Safer Station, it means a lot to me because every day it pumps righteous fear in me. All I gotta do is walk out that door, look to my left or to my right, and I see where I could be. Like I said, I'm a recovering addict. I've been clean since March 25th of 2022, and thank you. And it's places like Safer Station that give people like myself the chance to show our true potential and find growth and be able to shut the mouths of those people that say that addicts can't change, because I'm a proven example that, yeah, we can change when having the willpower and the right people around you. And I'm glad and honored to be that right person for those people to have me around, to show them that it can be done, and plant a seed and be able to nourish it as well, and bring them out of and pluck them out of that darkness of addiction. Like I said, I'm a former gay member, Sur 13er, and as of when I was an active gay member, I used to throw a set, and my setup was an M and a double S. But the only double S that I represent today is Safer Station, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Thank you.
Any questions or comments?
Yeah. Any questions?
Oh, yeah, please, Commissioner Crawley.
Thank you, President Boyce. Thank you for being here, Stevie.
you.
One, your name just means so much. My mother, her name was Stephanie, but they called her Stevie. Also struggled with addiction for 21 years of my life, and then was clean for 21 years before she passed away. And so just you coming today, and when I saw your name, I was like, there's no coincidences in life. Thank you for your story. Thank you for showing up every day for people who are struggling with addiction. You don't have to do this. And so I am glad that it has been placed on your heart to show up for our residents, to say, you know what, I have been in this space. I'm clean. If I can do it, you can too. You give people hope. You give people an opportunity to see what courage looks like every day, or choosing sobriety every day, and that it can be done, and that they're not walking this path alone, that they have someone to hold their hand. So thank you so much. And I feel like, you know, on our wall it says service, progress, and excellence. I wish it said service, progress, excellence, and opportunity, because what we do here at Franklin County, or Team Franklin County, is provide opportunities for people each and every day, for you to meet. I mean, this is the people's champ. DCA Bivens, always looking to see how she can make a difference, or connecting people with resources, or, you know, hey, I think there's this opportunity here or this opportunity there. Always just trying to make sure that people have an opportunity to thrive, and not just survive. And so, and then connecting with Director Price. I mean, everyone here, I always say, like, I have a great gig. I get to work with some really awesome people who wake up every day looking for opportunities to make someone's life better. My colleagues are, I mean, you won't find a better county, hands down. I'll stand on that 10 toes down every single day. I said that to Administrator Wilson yesterday when we talked, and it's because of stories like yours, Stevie, and the people who are coming through Safer Stations, whose stories we may not ever hear, but for you coming to share those stories with us. And so, you know, I appreciate all that Safer Stations is doing. I do have a question for you, Director Pry. I know that there's funding available through the Ohio Mental Health and Addiction Services, the state's department, for peer support. I don't know if we can go for it but I think that's an opportunity, so we can continue to have people like Stevie come in and, you know, work with those in our community. So I know that there's funding opportunities from SAMHSA as well as OMAS, and I just don't want to miss it if we can go forward, so we can have more Stevies and change people's lives. So I don't know if you have an answer to that or not, but
so
I just
there,
think-
and I have my beautiful grants administrator in the back, who our team every day, of course, in our grants making process, secures any dollars that we can go for. I know COSUP was our most recent award, and funding from the state is also funding that we've actually gone for and received throughout. So we will definitely continue to pursue those dollars to ensure that we can have our peer support model as effective and as efficient as it is, to continue to give opportunity, as you stated, to individuals like Stevie as we go along the way.
So thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, President Boyd.
Yep, Commissioner Grady.
Please, Stevie, appreciate you being here today.
Appreciate
Appreciate
having
you
me.
sharing the stories of Safer Station, Director and Stevie. You know, but mostly appreciate you being a part of Team Franklin County. You know, we talk about Team Franklin County just about every day, certainly every week when we're here. But you kind of embody what Team Franklin County is all about. You know, you get up every day, you come in, and just by being who you are, you know, you are helping to serve every resident every day. Your story, your example is a big deal, and it's a big deal to the clients that we have to serve every single day, and so just by being able to say to folks, look at me, let me help you, let me work with you, let me show you, the way, let me show you the path, let me show you the path that I had to walk to get to where I am. I can help you, make it down your path and make it down the road that you got to walk too. That's a big deal because we got a lot of folks in this community that need the help that you can provide them. And so we appreciate you being a part of Team Franklin County.
Thank you.
Finally, I'll just say to both Director Pride and to you, Stevie, also thank you for your work. One thing I would share with you, so many. I was at this weekend. I was at the University of Toledo, which is my alma mater, and I had to give a speech. And kind of the underlying message for me was, it's not where you start off in life, but where you finish. And I never want to get into the oppression Olympics. Like this person faces this person there, this person has worse than this person. At the end of the day, your journey is your journey, and more importantly, how you translate that journey into a real understanding of yourself, real sort of direction and impact. What you're doing, Stevie, is leaving a legacy of who you are. At some point we all leave this earth, and the real measure of our time on it is the lives of the people that we impact and the lives that we change. And I think you're a shining example of how it's not about where you start off in life, but where you finish. That at any time you can choose to do differently. You can choose to change. You can choose to impact other lives, and that's what you've done. When you factor in addiction, it is an even greater accomplishment that you are here with us. And that makes you unique. It makes you powerful. It makes you influential. It makes you a difference maker. And I just want to say, you've got a great leader in Director Pride, no question. DCA Bivens, she is our champion for those who are maybe undercounted, uncounted. She holds our feet to the fire every day for this. So I'm saying that to say, it's your job as a member of this great institution to hold her feet to the fire. And she will carry that to us. You do it through Director Pride. Director Pride does it to her, then she does it to us. And that's how the world changes. That's how we have impact. And so, brother, thank you so much for what you represent, what you're doing. I want to spend some time with you, too. I know I met you. It must have been at the, I feel like it was maybe at the ribbon cut. I knew I had. We talked for a minute. I was like, I've talked to him before. But I know my staff's listening to this. I want to spend some time with you. I'd love to talk more with you about safer stations, but also would love to connect you with some folks here locally that from the areas where I grew up here that really you might have a real serious impact. I think you are where you are too, but I'd like to expand that circle somewhat with some folks that may not be on our radar screens up here that I think you could be a real resource to, just from a leadership standpoint for what you're doing. So let's spend some time together. We'll grab lunch or something and go from there.
Absolutely. Thank you.
DCA Bivens, you want to add?
Thank you, Stevie. I wanted to just mention this really quick. As you were talking and I heard the commissioners speak, I believe everybody has a purpose, and it is so enjoyable to see you living in your purpose, because your purpose is setting others free just by your impact. So I know the way that we met was unconventional. So just so you all know, I met him at the gym, and I just started asking him questions. And he was like, why is this lady talking to me, asking me all these questions? But it was a transparent moment. You were very transparent. Thank you, Director Pride, because I called Director Pride at 8 o'clock, I think, on a Saturday morning on a cold wind, on a cold day. I was like, I need you to talk to this person right now. But I wanted to share that with you, and I also want to say this to you. You represent the best of all of us. You represent the best of all of us, and I really do wish there were at least 10,000 more of you on this earth. I'm sure there are, and I think you're going to find them. Last thing is, I shared your
That's a lot of
picture.
short people.
I know, but it's not about shortness. I shared your picture this morning with your gym family. They said, we don't see him anymore. I said, he's walking in purpose right now, so he's busy.
Thank you so much.
Yep, all right. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming down today. All right, let's see where we are here. Okay, all right. Is there approval of the minutes of the September 19th, 2024 briefing session and the September 17th and September 24th, 2024 general sessions?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crowley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Thank you. The minutes have been approved.
Did I miss something? Or am I good? Oh, I'm sorry. Whoa. Time out. We got pictures with Stevie and, okay, we're gonna do a picture with Stevie and Director Pride. You want to be in it? Okay, all right, whatever.
Get in the picture, Joy.
I know, come on, Joy. I own it, Joy. Come on, get in a picture.
All Director Price people be smiling and happy. I didn't want people to be smiling and happy.
That says something. Man, I don't know what happened here. I watched this game. I was like, he looks awful.
He's never gonna be the same player again. They're gonna fire the whole.
They are.
Hazel's gonna fire the whole-
Everybody's gone.
They are,
Yeah, they trying to get this whole stadium. They ain't gonna.
They ain't gonna get shit.
They are out.
Fire
Yeah.
everybody. Start all over. Put us back another
Stay in
decade.
the old one. You gotta earn it.
Right. They don't understand that.
No.
They don't understand that. All right, auditor.
Resolution number 77724, resolution authorizing a Fourth Amendment to the Enterprise Licensing Agreement with Environmental Systems Research Institute for Geographic Information System, Software, and Services, utilizing non-general funds in the amount of $1,575.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. My name is Gary Dwyer, Deputy Chief of Staff of Operations for County Auditor Michael Stinziano. I have one item for you today. This resolution seeks to enter a Fourth Amendment to the Enterprise License Agreement with Environmental Systems Research Institute Incorporated in the amount of $1,575,000 to provide for geographic information system software and services for a 3-year period. The enterprise license agreement was approved by the Franklin County Automatic Data Processing Board in resolution number 12-047 and by the county commissioners in resolution number 0716-12 and amended by amendment number 1 in resolution number 0851-15, amendment number 2 in resolution number 0863-18, and amendment number 3 in resolution number 0846-21. This software is a valuable tool for providing maps and spatial analysis in Franklin County. It supports real estate appraisal, maintenance of tax map, providing an accurate base map for the county, and generating many other maps. I want to thank purchasing, the prosecutor's office, and the clerk for their assistance. Pending any questions, we would ask for your approval of this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of resolution 777-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crowley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 77724 has been adopted.
Thank you. Domestic relations.
Resolution number 77824, resolution authorizing a contract with 10 vendors for mediation services in the amount of $75,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Barb Reeves, Deputy Director. This resolution is requesting the approval of a 5-month agreement with 10 mediators to assist the Dispute Resolution Department with court-ordered mediation in a total amount not to exceed $75,000. Pending any questions, the court requests the approval of this resolution.
Thank you. If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 77824.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crowley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 778 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Engineer. We'll begin. We have a public hearing with Resolution 779-24. Can the clerk please read the public hearing?
Resolution regarding plans approved for the improvement of Renner Road, County Road number 27, from Alton and Darby Creek Road, County Road number 272, to Spindler Road, County Road number 153, Norwich Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Okay, at this time, I'd like to open up the public hearing for this resolution. Is there anyone here in the audience or online who'd like to speak on this public hearing? Okay, seeing that there are none, I'd like to close the public hearing and have the clerk read the resolution into the record.
Resolution number 77924, plans approved for the improvement of Renner Road, County Road number 27, from Alton and Darby Creek Road, County Road number 272, to Spindler Road, County Road number 153, Norwich Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Good morning, Commissioners. Brad Foster, Franklin County Engineer. Commissioners, this first resolution authorizes plan approval for the improvement of Renner Road from Alton and Darby Creek to Spindler Road. This is a Franklin County Transportation Improvement District project funded by the Ohio Public Works Commission, private development dollars, and is located in Norwich Township. The project seeks to improve Renner Road with the addition of a 2-way left-hand turn lane, drainage upgrades, and pedestrian infrastructure. The project will also replace the structure over Clovergrove Ditch. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 77924.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crowley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 77924 has been adopted. Resolution number 78024, report first of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting Briggs Road, Township Road number 1754, and Josephine Avenue, Township Road number 1752, Franklin Township, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $900.
Commissioners, our final resolution seeks compensation for 3 property owners abutting the Briggs Road and Josephine Avenue Safe Routes to School Improvement Project. Located in western Franklin County and Franklin Township, the project will construct sidewalks and a mid-block crossing, allowing safer access for both West Franklin Elementary School and Franklin Heights High School. We have negotiated with the property owners, and compensation is based upon fair market value. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 78024.
Second.
Moved and seconded, voting, Commissioner Crowley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 78024 has been adopted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Resolution number 78124, resolution authorizing third contract extension and modification with Bob Barker Company Incorporated, White Feather Farms of Ohio Incorporated, Performance Food Group Incorporated, Care Supplies LLC, Union Supply Group Incorporated, and McKee Foods Corporation for the continuation of providing commissary items for resale in the Franklin County Correctional Facilities in the amount of $600,000.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Albert Smith, Assistant Finance Director for the Sheriff's Office. Our resolution authorizes the contract modification and extension through May 31st of 2025 with 6 vendors to supply commissary items for resale. These items will be resold to inmates in both jail facilities, and the proceeds will be used to benefit the inmates while incarcerated. This contract will not exceed $600,000. Pending any questions, I ask for your approval.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 78124.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 78124 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Resolution number 78224, resolution authorizing a grant agreement with Hyatt Regency Columbus for the use of their facilities to host the second Franklin County Board of Commissioners Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Conference in the amount of $72,125.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Perla Martinez, she, her pronouns, DEI Administrator with the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Commissioners, the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion is hosting the second Franklin County Board of Commissioners Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Conference, Bridging Communities and Building Inclusive Futures, on Tuesday, October 22nd and Wednesday, October 23rd. The conference is designed for all who are looking to learn more about how to best serve and support Franklin County's ever-changing landscape and its multitude of diverse residents, with a focus on our immigrant, refugees, and disabled communities. We will do so by having 4 different workshops: economic equity, community engagement, accessibility, and mental wellness. These intentional workshops will explore real, important, and truthful conversations while continuously centering diversity, equity, and inclusion and accessibility. This will be interactive and actionable so participants can leverage and implement the takeaways in a practical way when they return to their partners and/or organizations. Serving through the lens of inclusion, from local government actions to innovative nonprofit work, this event will encourage us to prioritize accessibility from the start, promote inclusiveness, and ensure everyone can experience Franklin County in an equitable manner. If there are no comments or questions, we respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 78224.
Yeah. Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 78224 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. Economic development planning.
Resolution number 78324, resolution authorizing the Franklin County Administrator to execute on behalf of the Franklin County Commissioners the attached discharge of mortgage instrument for Marlene M. Roach at 1025 Whittington Road, Westerville, Ohio 43081.
Good morning, Commissioners, County Administration. Walter Dillard, Assistant Director for EDP. And this resolution seeks your approval to authorize the execution of a discharge of mortgage. Marlene M. Roach received a 10-year forgivable housing assistance loan on November 7, 2013 in the amount of $15,000.00 from Franklin County Board of Commissioners. The terms of the loan have been satisfied and the mortgage has expired. Therefore, the mortgage should be discharged. Pending any questions, I respectfully request your approval of this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of
I think we do have Commissioner O'Grady has.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So we got a movie or a TV star in our midst.
Oh, do we?
Yeah, Walter and Michaela were on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
Yeah, I got it recorded. I'll show it to you.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I've got it. It's recorded.
No, it was very
He
embarrassing.
was-
Out of all the things I said, they only caught me saying, I didn't know there was free samples here. And I was like, I said so much cooler stuff than that. But
Really great place in Whitehall called King Gyro's, and you know
Oh, yeah.
they're there to celebrate what great food the place has, and there's Walter talking about the free samples.
I didn't know they had free samples either.
So is it good?
It's good.
Place that.
oh, it's amazing.
Yeah,
it's
they're
amazing.
good.
The lamb
Okay.
chops are amazing.
It's good. The
Yeah.
fries are good, too.
Ooh,
Yes.
I love
Yes,
good
the
fries.
fries with,
All right. Okay. Got
All right,
dinner
sorry
tonight.
about that. I
Where
don't
I'm
know.
going.
I just had to.
I thought you were going to talk about my voice being gone. You know who I was yelling at on Sunday. So
Yeah. Well,
No, what happened on Sunday?
church
Is
got really
everything
hectic.
okay? Is everything
He
okay?
said church.
he was singing a lot of church.
I was singing on top.
So is everything all right in your world? Like,
Pending any questions,
Yeah.
Hey,
I
let's
respectfully
back up.
request-
It's not like your team's playing all that well the last couple of weeks either. So
All right,
let's
move for approval.
Right,
of,
yeah. Second.
Resolution 78324.
oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 78324 has been adopted.
Thank you.
But for that rain delay, that rain delay,
What's
we
that
would
saying
have,
about
we
throwing
would have pulled it
stones?
off.
What's that old saying about
can
throwing?
You live in glass houses.
Tuesday without football.
What's that? What's it saying about?
Yeah.
Administrator Wilson, yeah, I would say, you don't even get to say anything down there with your
What is
team.
that, the Bengals?
We
Yeah.
lost in humiliating fashion.
You would think you walk
played
Buckeyes look good, though.
Like y'all line up and get the ball.
You know, it's something about, I know we're getting a little digress here a bit, but there's something about the team winning or losing that impacts your week. It impacts your like emotional status. I mean, you know, if you ever notice, God forbid, when Ohio State loses, it's like people don't let you over in traffic. You know, people try to dish you in the line at the grocery store. Everybody's just like in a bad mood. When they're winning, everybody's like, yeah, hey, would you like to yeah, get on over. Yeah, I mean, but man, when it's like for 2-3 days after that, it's just heat. And now with all the Browns fans and the Bengals fans here, I mean, everybody's just in a bad mood these days. So.
How did the Steelers play the other day?
You know, I'm in a bad mood about the Steelers too, and I feel like when they lose, then the rest of my week is always messed up. It's like then people just start calling, you know, like with problems.
The difference is the Browns we've already written off the whole season. I'm rooting for the Guardians.
That's so
for the
true.
Buckeyes.
That's
You know, we're
what a nice life that is to live, where you can just this early this season just be like, you know, I don't even care anymore. I want the first draft pick.
Yeah.
So we at least will go to the finish with hope.
Yeah, no,
you know?
we're done. We're done. We're moving on. So, all right.
You
So
are
let's
in-
All right,
you already in
let's
next
move
season.
on. Speaking of which, let's move on to Job and Family Services.
Jobs and Family Services.
Resolution number 78424.
There's Vivian. Hi, Vivian.
Resolution approving
Best
a
county, hands down.
service agreement with Credible Mind Incorporated for a digital behavior health platform that connects residents to online mental health and wellness information and resources, and the amount of $43,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Vivian Turner, Chief, and I feel all of your pain. In 2021, FCDJFS, on behalf of Franklin County, entered into an agreement with Credible Minds to access a digital behavioral health platform that connects Franklin County families with national and local resources to address their emotional wellness and mental health challenges. The Credible Minds platform allows Franklin County residents to search for information and resources on over 200 emotional, wellness, and mental health topics. Through the use of apps, podcasts, videos, articles, and books on the platform, residents have access to evidence-based approaches that are known to help with a variety of mental health and wellness topics. Credible Minds is not a substitute for mental health care or treatment, but it can provide a bridge to link users to expert-vetted resources and local mental health providers. The Franklin County Credible Minds site has been accessed by more than 35,000 residents, with more than 17,000 completing an online assessment. Residents can visit the Credible Minds site at franklincountyohio.crediblemindcom. Again, that's franklincountyohio.crediblemindcom. This resolution aligns with the Rise Together Blueprint Goal number 9, and pending any questions, we request your approval of this resolution.
No questions, just a comment real quick, Commissioner Boyce. Just want to lift up Credible Minds. We've talked about it several times. If you've not used it or gone to our platform, what's the website? I just Google Credible Minds, but
Yeah,
if you say,
franklincountyohio.crediblemindcom.
there you go. There is, oh my gosh, so many, like there's podcasts, there's short videos for like breathing, mindfulness, meditation, all things, whether you are, you know, if you're pregnant and, you know, there's like an assessment, but also how to identify like postpartum depression. There's things for students. There's a lot of resources for students. And I think as we look at the suicide rates, we know that for Black youth, actually it's Black youth and Black men, the suicide rate continues to increase rapidly compared to other groups. And so Credible Minds is, I don't know how this came to be at Franklin County. I think it launched when I first became a commissioner, but it is a really great resource, and it's confidential. It connects you with local professionals too if you want to move, you know, further with help and resources. And I just cannot underscore how great this platform is enough. And I'm just like, for $43,000, and it's for anyone, right? Like anyone. It's not just for, Franklin County residents. If you live in neighboring counties, you can still access the platform. And so please, if you have not, utilize it. It's really a great resource. Thank you for bringing the resolution.
Check it out.
Commissioner Boyce, if I could just really quick. Thank you, Commissioner Crawley. I wanted to make mention that this platform actually was introduced by Commissioner O'Grady. He met someone at NACO, and they brought them back to us. And what we did was, before it was built, we went out in the community and asked the community to help us build this, doing a human-centered design. The community put this together on what they felt should be accessible in this application. Isn't that right, Vivian? Yeah. So all the
Yes,
things that's involved, that's what they said they wanted.
Yeah,
why NACO
we
is so
highlighted
great.
what the residents thought were
I
the
was
priorities
saying-
for our community.
I was saying that's why NACO is so great, and thank you for your leadership. But
It was this past NACO president and former, trying to remember the county where Tallahassee is, this county, it's Leon County, Florida, Brian Deloche, Commissioner Brian Deloche from Leon County, Florida.
well, if there are no additional comments or questions,
Just goes to show you, by the way, that you can work across party lines. You know, Still in this world, you can work across party lines.
and we do, yeah. So check it out. No comments, or additional comments or questions. Move for approval of Resolution 78424.
Second,
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 78424 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Human Resources.
Resolution number 78524, resolution authorizing an agreement with the Ohio State University for the purchase of management advancement for the public service training units for agencies of the Board of Commissioners in the amount of $91,250.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Sue Hamilton, representing HR. Today for your consideration is a request for approval to purchase 365 training credits through the Ohio State University John Glenn College of Public Affairs. Their Management Advancement for Public Service Program, also we finally refer to it as MAPS, for Board of Commissioner employees in the amount of $91,250. The MAPS program offers full-day training on a variety of leadership and skill-building topics. Pending any questions you may have, we respectfully request your approval of this request.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 78524.
Second,
Moved and seconded, voting Commissioner Crawley,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady,
yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Abstain.
Resolution number 78524 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Purchasing.
Resolution number 78624, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $7,703,856.33.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Perry Balanier, Director of Purchasing, and joining me is Andrina Austin, Economic Equity and Inclusion, Economic Equity Administrator for the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. This resolution, Commissioners request your approval of 103 purchase orders for which the County Auditor has pre-certified available funding, and Andrina has the supplier diversity data.
Thank you, Megan. Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. 10 of the purchase orders being presented are being awarded to small and emerging businesses totaling $346,033.50. These awards are distributed as follows: 2% to small emerging businesses, 6% to women-owned businesses, and 2% to minority-owned businesses. Once approved, 8 agencies will provide equitable and inclusive opportunities to small businesses this week. And these agencies are the Court of Common Pleas, the Data Center, Emergency Management, the Engineer's Office, Job and Family Services, Prosecuting Attorney's Office, Public Facilities Management, and the Sheriff's Department. Year-to-date, Franklin County Board of Commissioners agencies have awarded 455 purchase orders totaling $20,388,395.96. And pending any of your questions or comments, we respectfully request your approvals.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 78624.
Second,
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 786-24 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Resolution number 787-24, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $16,870.
Commissioners, this resolution requests your approval of 2 purchase orders. The county auditor has pre-certified available funding, and pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
Thank you. If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 787-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Abstain.
Resolution number 787-24 has been adopted with Commissioner Boyce's noted abstention.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 788-24, resolution appointing representatives and alternates to the District 3 Public Works Integrating Committee.
Good morning, Commissioners and County Administration. Brittany Reso, Director of Community Appointments. This resolution before you is appointing Administrator Wilson and Engineer Foster to the Public Works Integrating Committee, as well as their alternates. Pending any questions, asking for your approval on this resolution.
If there are no comments or questions, move for approval of Resolution 788-24.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Crawley.
Yes.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Yes.
Commissioner Boyce.
Yes.
Resolution number 788-24 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Are there any journalizations?
I have 3. Case number ANX-17-24, an expedited Type 2 annexation petition. ANX-1724 was filed with the Franklin County Economic Development and Planning Department on October 1st, 2024. The petition is requesting to annex 6.0 acres from Norwich Township to the city of Hilliard. The petition will be considered by the Board of Commissioners on November 12th, 2024. Site is 4594 and 4601 Cosgray Road. PID number 200000243 and 200003467. Next, the Franklin County Board of Commissioners has received a proposal from the Franklin County Recorder's Office for funding the Recorder's Technology Fund. The Board of Commissioners will review the proposal on Thursday, October 24th, 2024, during briefing as required by Section 317.321, Section D of the Revised Code. And last, the document that has been presented to each of you today has been provided to your offices via email and is being journalized as required under Resolution Number 683-23, the no-cost amendment resolution. The clerk's office has been tracking each contract that is signed under this authority, and the list provided to you will be captured in today's meeting minutes.
Great, but that concludes our regular agenda. Are there any questions from any media? Okay, seeing that there are none, that concludes our meeting. Thank you.
Happy Tuesday. Gotta be quick on that trigger to close it out.